Hi, anyone and everyone. This is Kimberly, the Humble Hermit from Come As You Are Oracle. I'm going to do a tarot collective for today. Today is Thursday. It is June 11th, 2026. You may follow me on the Talk the Tube, my blog, or not. Totally up to you. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Doesn't fit, don't make it fit. If some of it fits, God's kiss. We love that for you. Whatever doesn't, leave it on the table for someone else. We don't want you taking on energy that wasn't meant for you. We're going to use Rob Barthelman's Intuitive Almanac. You can find this in his Etsy shop, My Intuitive Intention. I did go online because I wanted to buy the chakra deck for this deck, and apparently it's not available yet. But when I went to the website, intuitiveintention.com, it automatically says go to Etsy to buy the decks. So, still the same as I said it was a couple months ago. You can go to his Etsy shop and buy the decks there if you're interested. And I think I still have the link in my link tree. I think I still have them on there, even though I haven't been telling you guys to go there, because it just doesn't really make sense. However much I would love to support them, it's just easier for you to type it in and go straight there, you know? You have to pardon my hair. I'm very sweaty from work. And probably going to wait to take a shower until after I work out, because that would make more sense. We got 2 on the table, 1 major, 3 on the table, 1 major, 4 on the table, 1 major. Well, that's interesting. So these go by seasons. Instead of cups, swords, they go by autumn, spring. We have all autumn on the table right now. Let's do 2 more shuffles. Five on the table. 5 on the table, 2 major. No reverse. Last shuffle. We got 6 with bottom of the deck. We have 3 majors, no reverse. Bottom of the deck is the Empress. I think this might, oh, maybe not. This might be the first Empress card I've ever seen with a non-pregnant Empress. Am I crazy? Top of the deck is Queen of Summer. They're both basically like looking up to the sky, to the heavens, right? Huh. All right. I'm going to set this on the box. We got 6 with bottom of the deck. We've got the High Priestess. 9 of Autumn. 6 of Autumn. We got 7 of Autumn. We've got Justice. And bottom of the deck, the Magician. Feminine, masculine, take how it resonates. I think somebody, listen, I empathize because I continuously put myself in this situation. Somebody's being called to look at how they deal with other people and something regarding giving, gift giving, energy, loaning out your energy, even though you're really not loaning it out, but you're giving it away. Because basically, these first three cards, it's like because someone continuously gives to others when they really technically should not be, they continue to leave a cycle open. And the cycle is a lack of independence, which means codependency. Because here's the deal, I say all the time that I'm not codependent, that I'm independent. I can take care of myself. I like being on my own. I don't need to be surrounded by people. But here's the thing, when you are a giver and you give gifts, give of your energy, give of your time freely, and people recognize this, they tend to hang around, whether you want them to or not. And this is basically saying that somebody needs to really take a look at whom they're giving to, why they are, what they are, because it's like too many people hanging around, like too many people trying to latch themselves onto someone's energy, basically. The thing is if you were to sit back and watch all your friendships, your family members, lover, spouse, whatever, your kids, if you were to sit back and watch, you would notice, like, okay, if I stop giving to someone or certain people, um, they're going to start to move away. They're not going to hang around. I just heard when you continuously give, you got a bunch of deadbeats. You got a bunch of deadbeats. I mean, it is true though. Like, let me give you an example. So let's say you and your coworkers, let's say every time somebody has a birthday, you plan like a little party, right? And you do it yourself. So like you go out and buy a cake, you go out and buy coffee, soda, whatever you would have with the cake, the utensils, the paper plates, if you're doing decorations, that kind of thing. People are going to get to the point where they're telling you, like, oh, my birthday's in a month. Oh, my birthday's in 2 weeks. Oh, did you buy that cake yet for my birthday? Like, there's going to be it gets to the point where people just expect it. And it's an assumption. Like, oh, like Kim will have everything because, she always does everybody's birthday, or she always gives people this, that, and the other around this time. Somebody's being called to look at what they're giving, how they're giving, and whom they're giving to. Because you also got to remember this, everybody's on their own journey. Everybody gets karma or not. And if you're giving to somebody that is not meant to benefit because they haven't learned any lessons or haven't learned the lessons that they're supposed to be learning, there's going to be an issue there. And like you would start to be part of that karma. Like, I think I told you guys, I told my friend before she went on vacation, I said, please don't go on vacation. I said, you don't have the money to go. Every time you go and you come back and all this crazy shit happens. And I kid you not, you guys. Like, I told her, I said, please do not go on this vacation. Do not go. And her response was, I know we're not supposed to go, but we're going. She's like, when we come back, I'm going to take a loan out of my 401k to pay my daughter back for vacation. Because I think the daughter paid for the plane tickets and the hotel. That's not, that's not what I'm saying. Like, because here's the thing, before they went on vacation, she had issues with her sleep. She had to go in to get sleeping pills for the plane ride because she doesn't do well on planes either. They were giving her a hard time about that. I think she had to go see 2 or 3 different doctors just for that. And there were a couple of other things that happened that took place. And it was just kind of like, to me, those were the signs. Like, you're not supposed to go. Like, you're not supposed to go on vacation. And when I said something to her, I said, I don't want you to get upset. I said, I don't think you're supposed to go on vacation. I said, you and your husband really need to think about postponing, not going, whatever the case. And she was like, I know we're not supposed to go, but we're going. And then she mentioned taking out of her 401k to pay her daughter back for the vacation. I kid you not. They come back in what, 3-4 weeks? Within 3-4 weeks, they had a major appliance give out. And it was a freezer. And they lost everything in that freezer. So not only do they have to go buy another freezer, um, they lost everything that was in the freezer. That's karma. God, here's the thing. God tells you you don't have the money for vacation. And you're like, no, it'll be fine. We'll figure it out. When you tell God, no, it's fine. We'll figure it out. He's going to be like, oh, okay. Then figure out this too. Bam. Freezer's gone. Figure that one out. And he's just going to keep going and going and going with the hopes that they figure it out. The thing is these people are not smart. They don't get it. They don't get it. I love them dearly, but they don't get it. They don't break that cycle. They keep going with that cycle. That cycle never ends. And it's kind of funny because they went on vacation last year and couldn't afford to go, and they still went. And the year before that, and the year before that. And I literally think, and I told my friend this. I said, I literally think every year you are being tested by God. You are literally being tested by God, and every year you fucking fail. Every year you fucking fail. Because you go on the vacation. You're telling him you have money, that you're fine. I'm going on vacation. It's fine. I got money. You come home, your freezer breaks down. Are you really shocked? I'm not shocked. I wasn't shocked. I pretended to be shocked. I was not shocked. I was not shocked at all. And I'm sure something else will happen too. I'm sure. These people, they don't, it's like they don't know signs, they don't know synchronicities, they don't, it's like they don't believe in anything. Like they go to church like every Sunday, every other Sunday, but it's like they don't believe. How 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 it just, it doesn't make any sense to me. Sorry, my ear is like itchy. It really doesn't make any sense to me. And the fact that I said that to her and she goes, no, I know, but we're going anyway. No, you know, but you're going anyway. She knows. She knows that they're not supposed to be going on vacation, that they're supposed to be saving their money, putting their money towards something else. And the thing is, the longer they behave like that, the more and more God is just going to kick them in the face when they're not looking, you know? And like I said, this has been going on for years. They just never learn their lesson. And it's funny because we have a mutual friend. I used to work with her at my last job, and then I took this job and I met the lady, and I realized they were friends, and I was friends with the other lady. And the other lady told me, she's like, they always have a problem because they always have to go on vacation even when they can't afford it. She's like they have been like that since my her husband passed away. My deceased husband and I met them. They have always been like that. Vacation first. Like no, it's funny because she's older than him. My friend is older than her husband by I think 7 years. They're like two giant children that raised children, and their children act like them. Irresponsible. It's mind-boggling to me. That was the other thing is every year, like at Christmas time, I think they throw like their Christmas party, and they spend thousands probably doing up their house, buying liquor, buying food. She makes food, and they just don't have the money for it. But they put on a big show, and it's all fake for the neighbors, the friends, the family. And it's like, why are you doing that to yourself? Like, don't waste your time. It's not worth it to pretend to be, something that you're not. I don't know why I don't know why I'm seeing this, but I was seeing two people in bed together, under a comforter, like a quilt, like a thinner quilt, and they're like, you could see them playing footsie underneath underneath the quilt. I don't know what that was. I don't know what that was. It ain't me because I just got the cats. This was two humans. Although I have had the cats do that with me, like attack my feet. Yeah, like with this seven of autumn, like whoever this is, if this resonates for you, if this is you, if you're the overgiver, like you're gonna realize it takes people a while to realize. Like it took me a while to realize, like I was just shooting myself in the foot. Every time I would give somebody something, it was fine. It wasn't really a big deal, but eventually, like, people move away from you, they lose interest, whatever the case. So I'm giving people free stuff, whatever, and then they start to move away from me, and it's like, well, wait a minute, are you going to take me with you? And that's when you realize you fucked up. You got signs, you got synchronicities you weren't supposed to give to them, you gave to them anyway. Now you've shot yourself in your foot and you can barely move. Like, and sometimes the only way you can see that is with the help of time. Like, you need time because you need to see it happen more than once to actually believe it. It's with the justice and the magician, like, it's somebody's justice to start over again. It's somebody's justice to leave this type of behavior in the past and move forward. It's not easy. It's not easy. Um, when I went on vacation last Saturday, I bought out of the TikTok shop. They're like little pandas, but they're dressed as other animals. They were like $11 a piece. So I ordered me one and I ordered one for my friend. Now, I had said like 3 months ago, I'm not buying anybody any more shit. I'm not giving anybody any more shit. And then I went and I bought her a little panda, and I got a panda. And then Saturday is my friend's birthday at work. She's an older woman, and I brought her in a cake today, a $60 cake. I bought a $60 cake. I did not get a piece of it. I told her, I said, either share it with the ladies here or take it home. One of the other ladies got her a cake. So that was the one that she shared. And the one that I gave to her, she's like, I'm taking that home for my family. Because I got her a $60 German chocolate cake from Lovin' Oven Cakery in Round Lake Beach, Illinois. $60 German chocolate cake. It looks fabulous. It looked fabulous. But I had a piece of the other cake that the other lady brought, just like a small little piece, and I called it a day with that because the one that I bought, I'm assuming very sweet. So I just took a pass. She did offer me a piece. But that's the thing, like I tell myself like I'm not going to give to anybody anymore, and then I end up doing it. The thing is, the two ladies, the one that I bought the panda for, the one that I bought the cake for, in all honesty, the one reciprocates with me. Like she went to Puerto Rico a couple weeks ago with her husband and she brought me back a t-shirt. She just gave me a birthday gift today because I wasn't there on Monday on my birthday. She reciprocates, you know? Like I think of her as like a friend, a real friend. But like even the lady that I bought the cake for today, she didn't get me anything for my birthday. And I love her dearly. She's a beautiful woman, a wonderful woman, and I wanted to buy her the cake, so I did. But in reality, should I have? She didn't buy me anything. Not this year, not last year, not the year before. So the question is will I buy her a cake next year, knowing that she didn't buy me one this year? I will say this though, there are certain people at work that I stopped giving to, and I like actually giving gifts to, talking to, that kind of thing. And I actually feel a lot better about it just because there really was some codependency there. Like I was just like I personally was relying on people for like I don't know that I would say validation, but I guess like a form of validation. Tell me why I was just picturing like a teenage girl from like the 60s with the old phone, like on the phone, smacking her gum, gum in her mouth, talking on the phone. Okay, where did the litter come from? There's nobody in here, and their litter fell. All right. I think I'm gonna leave it at that. I think I'm gonna leave it at that. Otherwise, I'm just gonna babble about the same thing like for the next 20 minutes. Um, I hope it resonates. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope, if anything, you found it entertaining. And again, healing takes time. All healing takes time. Healing from something like this, from being a generous person, even though it sounds ridiculous, it is necessary. At some point, it is necessary. But again, it just takes time. It's a learning curve, you know. I hope everybody has a wonderful evening, and I will talk to you later. Bye.